Hi, welcome to the video on performance assessment tasks in understanding by design or backwards course design. The second stage after you have finished writing your course competencies is to determine the kinds of evidence that you want to see from your students, the kind of evidence that you need to assess or evaluate your students' work. This could be a major assignment. It could be a task or project. It's a performance task or formative assessment that you grade at the end of the unit or week. For example, in my math class, in 1 week, what I want to accomplish and have students be able to do is create a histogram. It's a type of bar graph. It's called a histogram. So 1 week, I want them to create a histogram. So that assignment would involve creating a histogram. The second week, the next week would be finding mean, median, and mode. So finding measures of central tendency. So that assignment would have students collect the data and find the mean, median, and mode. That has to be built into the task or assignment that I grade at the end of the unit. I want you to think about performance assessment tests as the anchor that, again, this is part 2 or stage 2 of the whole process for the week. And so that task will anchor everything that you do. The stronger the task, the more you'll be able to develop the specific module level learning objectives and the specific learning activities and the materials that you need in order to have students learn and to teach them how to do those things, how to do a histogram, how to find the measures of central tendency, how to find a standard deviation. So all of that builds from the competency and the matching performance task or assignment. The reason why it's called backwards design is because we design or develop the assessment activity or task before you design your learning activities. So the students, you know what you want your students to be able to do, and that determines what your learning activities are in stage 3, the final step. In your course, in the performance assessment task module, you will see some examples of formative assessments, and they also have checklists. So let's look at some of those. Here is the list of assessments or assignment tasks. We have an autobiography, board games, case studies, papers, student presentations, debates, critiques, concept maps. So here's some examples of the tasks that I am talking about. And it goes all the way from A to W, from autobiography to written work. However, there's only 10% of this copyrighted material here. So for example, the first example is the one I usually use, which is the e-portfolio. So that is the first sample. And there's the checklist at the bottom. So after the instructions, I have the beginnings of the criteria that you can use. The next example would be student presentations. So again, I have the instructions and beginnings of the checklist or criteria for you to look at. Hope this helps.